Okay, the stream should be starting up soon, as I clear my throat immediately. Kick is going. The Twitter's going. YouTube's going up, and thumbnail's up to date. Twitch is going. Check Rumble. Rumble's not going. Okay, so why is Rumble not going? Oh, because I forgot to actually update the settings in the Rumble. Whoops. Okay, Rumble should be going up now. And there we go. Yep, Rumble is going up now. Perfect. So looks like everything's going up there. Let me just check my other game. My other computer. Wow, can't speak. This is still taking a moment. Let's see. Huh, I thought I changed these replays a little bit. 3 replays. Oh. Order. Can you put a folder inside the folder without change stuff? Apparently, Redler is smart enough that you can use a folder inside of a folder, inside the replay folder, and it will actually read that. Huh. Interesting, I did not know that. Give me another moment to make sure. There's a bunch of new replays recently, and I want to cast those a little bit now because they're newer, and I've been covering a lot of older replays recently. So, this way, let's go and cover these newer ones. And let's start off a nice, easy 1v1. Oh yeah, I think I know the name of this one, the players in this one. Greetings everyone, and great here with another Redler 3 replay. Spawn on the top side as the yellow Soviets, we have Damon. Spawn on the right side as the Cyan Allies, we have Pika. Spawn on the bottom left side as the red Empire, who have been explained as, I think by him himself, is C.W. Edvin. Spawning on the right side as his teammate as the blue allies, we have Improg. In progress? Improg. Got a pair of barracks here. You should only use the C2 barracks on this map. Okay, they have the same amount of credits. I don't know why I was thinking they had extra credits. Americasting one replay where they both, all the players start off like 4 million credits. We've got a doggo now plotting field. You will find a doggo. Will it be a dog eat dog world? Blue's dog makes advance. Science dog gets ready when to play. Over here we got a good number of conscripts and bears being plotting field. We got dojo cores here, which they can crush conscripts quite easy. And looks like Science dog does lose the dogfight. We do have Javelin troops trying to laser lock this bridge down. He does kill the dog there. Does get the bridge with a peacekeeper on it. Good attempt there. He was trying to stop the bridge from going down, but he failed. But overall, he did lose a dog, killed a dog, he lost 2 dogs and a peacekeeper versus his opponent losing a dog and a javelin troop, so that's probably about equal. We got a good number of conscripts here. They have stormed the bridge. We got a number of dojo cores. I hear a lot of small arms fire. AKs engaging something. We do have now the Imperial Warrior engaged at the high ground. We got a good number of conscripts here. And in here as well. I'm not exactly sure how many inside this garrison just yet. Got Imperial Warriors Get some damage on in. If he charges in trying to clear up the garrison, that's still be good for the Soviet player, because conscripts are cheaper than Bureau warriors. Does evacuate this garrison here, pulls out his Molotov, have a drink on him. He does take out, looks like one of the peacekeepers there. More Molotovs were raining on in. Try getting this peacekeeper inside, but does get gunned down. This peacekeeper does not get his gun inside. And he's trying to charge for some of these peacekeepers, but or these conscripts. Does clear out the Soviet garrison. Does get a good torch there, leaving one peacekeeper remain. And he does get him gunned down. We do still got a good number of conscripts over here. Indicators push way forward, trying to get a good bomb run. Good bomb splits there. I still play a couple more bombs. Seems like there's okay. There we go. He gets all 6 bombs split out evenly among the 4. In which 3 of them got their 2 free bombs. The other guy, he's missing out. Didn't get a free bomb. I mean, he's delivered straight to them. Science peacekeepers now trying to shoot down the. See this shotgun blast over here, but everything's out of range. I'm not sure where that shotgun blast is actually going because I see it firing right there. Was he in the airfield? He's still firing this way, so maybe a bit of bug which way is this shooting. Yeah, it's actually hitting here. So I'm getting distracted by the wrong shotgun blast animation. I'll go up here. First drones flying about. Could get on top of these prospects to slow them down. I do got a Riptide now engaging, or Javelin's troops carried by Riptide. Does get one of them bombed there by a Vindicator. Another boot camp here. Peacekeeper receiving a bit of automatic weapons fire. And now we got the Apollo taking out those burst drones. Did not take out that burst drone. He's keeping the Javelin troops inside. Got Tsunami Tanks not here to pursue these Riptides. He may want to. No, he can't get in that garrison. Soviet conscripts have breached across the bridge, and now there's a good number of them just shooting away against this ore collector. Though the damage output against the ore collector is quite pathetic. We do now got the Tsunami Tank now being focused down, getting some good damage on the Tsunami Tank. Looks like he will gun down the Tsunami Tank if he doesn't nano deflector away. He does nano deflector away, and does escape on out of there. Ore collector now receiving some more AK fire. Hammerhead or Hammer Tank does go down. Severely wounded prospector there. Apollo does not gun down that Vindicator. Now got the Javelin troops here. They're going to try to hit the units on the deck. Bullfrogs a little bit interrupting them, however. Does get the Javelin troops inside of the garrison there. Very good. The Apollo now receives some fire there. Crowdcopter gains some good freeze action. Can't exactly shatter that one at the moment. Does want to get that killed off by the Riptide there. Something does go down. One of the Vindicators have gone down as well. Got some Striker VXs now on the field. It does tie down the Vindicator, preventing him from takeoff. He does need to pull back these Crowdcopters. We're seeing a bit too much damage here. Oh, he has the airfield. They have the airfield captured up. That's why these Crowdcopters seem like they're a bit more tanky than they usually are. Because he does have automatic free repairs on his aircraft. Very handy for not only for those Crowdcopters, but also for the Soviet MiGs and Twin Blades. Does get a nice freeze there, very, very nice. And they do heal at a pretty decent rate as well. The Javelin troops are finding enough covering fire there, and we will continue to freeze down these peacekeepers trying to put out the garrison. We've got the Advanced Technology Protocol, whatever exactly it's called. We do now have an airfield here, able to repair up these Striker VXs in the front line. Hammer Tanks now advancing on forward. Yellow has expansion over here. Red has a naval yard here. Unupgraded is probably going for the Yari mini subs. Yep, Yari mini subs. Blue and Cyan both have expansion here, but Blue's low in power. The command hub for Cyan is going down. Try and freeze down some of these other units. We do have, of course, the Hammer Tanks getting some good sniping there. Does give him an extra gun on this one here. The other Hammer Tank does go down, getting 2 dual-wielding Hammer Tanks. As Layer Strike really missed there. And now Blue's front line starting to disintegrate. Red is trying to get some more harassment here. Do got a Tesla coil and a cool sub, so multiple Tesla coils there, so he's immune from the underwater harassment. Command hub has been redeployed. Red is low in power again. Actually blew back to the game. Try and freeze down more of these power plants. That power plant does go down. Hammer takes charging forward. It's not looking good for Red. Winning 2v1s is not a great idea. It's not easy. He is being aggressive. He believes he can pull it out. All this infrastructure money hasn't been given to himself. If you take a look at here, he does have over 4,000 credits. Need a lot more power, however. Luckily, Empire can pull out a lot of power trainers quite quickly. And Red does back the game now. This is Amgrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. See, that was that one there. Let's head to a 1v1 right now. 50-minute replay? Let's find out. Oh. Okay, it is loading. Greetings everyone, Amgrade here of another Relic 3 replay. As well on the north side as the Green Soviets, we have a bunch AT4AA. Spawn as the yellow allies, we have DBGC. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. This name on this YouTube video is probably going to be unusually long. Enjoy. You now have these bears advancing on forward. We do have these dogs advancing on forward. The bears, however, are going to sea because that's where sea bear attacks usually happen. And dogs are making their way there onto land. We got one dog here, make that 2 dog. And got a free kill by the dog, but the bear gets a double stun there, so he will win this fight. Statistically, you'll probably lose into mutual deaths there, but in this case, Green does pull out ahead, and he does have the roar off on cooldown, so he does get the free bark on. And it is a dog eat bear world, as a bear eat dog world. Does miss that bark, or that maybe that wasn't his bark. Does get gunned down by a conscript. You can start cleaning out the garrison with the Molotovs. And the bear does go down. Peacekeepers garrisoning the civilian structure. And we do got a dog here. The bear has its roar. He does get the roar there. If he would have skipped a dog, no, even if he would have skipped a dog, he probably would not get the kill there. He does get inside the oil derrick. Green has claimed his oil derrick as well. Got conscripts on patrol move. Got the bear down south, and over here, let's see. We have Naval Yard. He may be eyeing for some riptides. We do got some javelin troops now being deployed on field. No barracks at the moment. And now we do got a riptide. And this conscript will be gunned down. We'll spot all these forces. You guys have this garrison. I'm not exactly sure how many though. Javelin troop can be used to clear it out. Does receive a bit of fire there with the riptides. And now the javelin troops advance forward, ready to get some laser locks. Laser locks are coming on in, trying. We'll be able to. Does clear the garrison. There was at least 3 conscripts there. And now there's 1 conscript there. Make that 0 conscript. There's a flak trooper inside this garrison. Very nice. Laser locks will be able to clear it out. And right now his defensive position is not looking all that great. He could go for a sentry gun. He has a bit of time to get one out of the field. A lot less time now. We've got some sickles on the field. Going for mass sickle probably would be a good idea. Jump on top of the javelin troops first. Got 2 sickles on the field. And now the MCV's packed on up, trying to go for some crushes. And does get a crush there. Sickles can just start advancing forward, picking off some of these individual infantry units here. We do got a terror drone there. Sickles going for the javelin troops. We got a turret deployed on the field now. Does gun down all the javelin troops there. More crushes by the MCV. Does miss this one here. One of the sickles do go down. And now I do have an airfield here. Soviet player could pack on up, deploy a barracks and try for our engineer cap. That was what I would try to do. War sickles deployed on the field. These conscripts are a little bit exposed. So is the power plant. And we do have a flat cannon being put on field, trying to camp the airfield. Probably too close because the Vindicators can get a bomb run right next to the deployment location. And he's not eyeing for barracks at the moment. He's deploying out something. I think a power plant. It's just a barracks over here. Sickles gets some good damage there, trying to save his refinery. Riptide's trying to pursue these Sickles. I think he's just eyeing for a counterattack. We got a good number of bearers in this region. And now the flak tower has deployed field. He wanted to go for a power plant. And this refinery is almost down. Sickle will make its way forward. Soon they're going to be an equal economy due to this harassment. There's another Sickle here. The command post has already been put on field. Yellow's not doing good in economy either. So both sides are down to minimal. Green actually has economy going. Yellow has no economy going, barring the oil. No, Green has both oil decks. This is, even though Yellow's in a strong position, he's actually in a very bad position. Going for more walls there. Very nice. Sells off that refinery. As long as he can get one of these go in, he has much more economy than his opponent. And now he has tasked this prospect over here. He sells off this one. Very, very good play there. Getting one refinery up and going is better than having zero income. Trying to go for a wall so he can stop the MCV. And due to these Terror drones, he will crush both of these Riptides. Very, very good. Green's position is looking exceedingly better. So has this ore collector there, so he does have a backup just in case. Block cannon receiving a bit of fire there. May want to just sell that off the moment. Nice, pulling out something, not sure what. It is a barracks up here. He may be trying to go for engineer cap. He does spot the wall. He does get a wall secondary. That is a javelin troop, not an engineer. And does tie up the MCV there for a terror drone. But he's locking down these power plants. Very, very nice. The conscript does pop out. We'll get some good damage there. Going for engineer cap. He needs to sell this off. He's not paying attention. And loses the Soviet war factory. Big oversight there. Now there's actually a... Why is there so many Sickles right there? Losing the Soviet war factory is a bit of a problem. Maybe best just to sell it off at this point in time. Maybe pretty low in credits. Let's take a look what he has. I can understand him trying to keep it. Does of course give him some production to work with. This is the Soviet player. Has a good amount of credits to work with. Blue has a small amount of credits to work with as well. And yellow or green is now eyeing for the naval expansion. Does have two of these ore clips here. He's going to try to run away and get them crushed to get a good amount of cash going. May want to get this refinery up and going as well. Sickles keen to the damage there. Desolator strike will come on in, forcing the prospector out of this region. Yellow once again on minimal or no economy. Does get an airfield out. Sells off the war factory. Still needs to get out a refinery. Because this one can only hold for so much. And excellent play there. Using the terror drone, he may have trouble killing it, but he can maybe make it not move again without killing it. Now we'll go and gun it down. He will lose one of the Sickles there. He does get a bit of cash bounty there as well. Green is in a great position. Yellow has now an expansion or new primary base up and going. Green also has one refinery up and going as well. Going for, is that a naval yard? Yes, it is a naval yard. Some stingrays potentially could be useful. There's an airfield. Some bullfrogs will not hurt. And these ore collectors are making their way back to the crusher crane now. They can withstand a bit of a beating there to get over the crusher crane, and they can return, get their cash refund with any health remaining. Any health above zero, I should say. We do now have a cryo shopping on field. Let's take out that unit there. Prospector does get frozen. He does have two prospectors here. He can retask one of them on this line. Stop building it and swap it out. It hasn't been crushed yet. Don't crush it. Don't crush it. Don't crush it. And there we go. He realized, like, wait a second. This will save him a bit of credits. It costs 1,400. And the cash, crushing it will give you 1,050. Oil derricks aren't going down. He still has the other oil derrick alive. Not under siege as well. And these sickles are getting repaired by the crusher crane. Green does get an expansion down south, very nice, and multiple crusher cranes. That's a little bit questionable, to say the least. And this refinery is still going up and going for yellow as well. Yellow has 2 refineries. Green has 2 refineries. Green still also has a single oil derrick. This is Green's economy. He has 1,600 credits. His opponent has 3. It's hard to say who's in a better position right now. Green does have some bullfrogs out. He knows about at least the various air forces. Tesla coil going on up. He's trying to siege down this refinery with a Tesla coil. And oil derrick will go down. Green may want to start getting this expansion going. I wonder. Oh, we'll capture the Allied power plant. Okay, unusual, but he captures a power plant. Whatever. Okay, I don't really know if that's a great play or a bad play. Power plants do cost 800 credits, so it does get a 300 credit discount with that, with a high prone to failure. Bullfrogs see a bit of damage there. It does have nearby crusher crane for repairs now. Ore collector here is dead apparently. And this refiner's seen quite a bit of damage now. He's got some more bullfrogs. The stingray wouldn't hurt to hit that peacekeeper as well. And the power plant down here got sold off. Okay. Weird. Bear advancing forward. He won't be able to get Roar off to stun him because he is fully heroic. The bear does get gunned down by the civilian structure. And there goes that ore collector. And this ore refiner received quite a bit of abuse there. It does get a fresh ore collector. And this ore refiner will go down relatively shortly. Goes down. He's got an ore collector and that crusher crane. Another bear advanced on forward. He's scratching his butt. He really wants to be petted by the peacekeeper, right? Conscript pulls out Molotov and gets the kill there on the peacekeeper. And then kill out the garrison as well. Very, very nice. Does crush that ore collector. Got the bullfrogs trying to get some damage there. Does get one of the big kills, but does lose both those bullfrogs. Yellow does have expansion down here somehow. Green has established expansion over here. Yellow's walls could be sold off. More bullfrogs going on up. He's trying to get another refinery. Indicator's now moving down south. Does see some flak fire there. Oh, cryo shot or blast was right there. And he's trying to pull Molotovs there. He does not get the kill with the bear, and he's still got this peacekeeping in this region. Orc that's been pulled on off. It's going to need to get a bit of defense here. Crusher crane does go down there as well. Trying to get inside this garrison. The area should be able to be walled off. Yes, it does. And that peacekeeper now only provides spotting. You now have a Soviet airfield being redeployed. He may be eyeing for some, what's it called? MiGs. Who cares what's in his hand? Bullfrog's getting some damage down the Vindicators as they fly about. What's in his hands, out of curiosity? I can't. How do I rotate the camera? I guess I can't really rotate the camera in this game. I probably can if I know the buttons for it. Riptide's now advancing from onto the sea. He needs to get out a Twin Blade to deal with him, or Stingray. He's been taxing his economy a little bit too much. Now with the Multi-Gunner IV in the region, may need to get out something else. Does get a Twin Blade now up and firing, slowly whittling down these Riptides. Of course, he does have the Crusher Crane here for repairs, getting some damage there onto these ore collectors as well as ore refinery. It does get a burst there, needs to reverse out of there. You see a pretty big burst there. And here comes Discharge, taking out both of those Riptides. Stingray will now advance towards the coastline, able to get some shore bombardment onto those IFEs. And the Conscript does get taken out by this now heroic Conscript. Aerodrome does get a little snare there. Vindicator's advancing forward, trying to get a good bomb run onto the ore refinery, and the Multi-Gunner IFEs do clean that up. And it's going to immediately crush the ore collector. Give him a pretty good cash refund there. Hammer taking some good damage as well. This expansion has not been hit, and nor has expanded over here. We also got 3 expansions for versus Yellow's 4. And I do have this air drone trying to get a infect. Does stop on the node there, preventing him from able to infect the prospector. Very, very nice. Gotta be careful of the Multi-Gunner turret that's going to be popping out relatively soon. See one being queued up now. And something else big being researched. I think that's going to be max clearance. Twin Blade advance on forward, get some damage on the prospector now. Multi-Gunner turret has been pulling a few, saves the prospector for now, but is severely damaged. And does see a pretty big burst there. Missiles do connect, taking out the prospector, and now the Twin Blade's going to be backing off, trying to get some repairs. We do have an Akula sub here. I think it's going. This Akula sub can traverse underneath these bridges to engage, say, over here. And now we've got these MiGs. Looks like they may have got some damage on something. They do fall back now. Oh, looks like they do find these Vindicators, preventing them from getting any usage of the Cryogeddon. Got pretty good freeze there. It's going to take a bit of time for these things to be unthawed. Hammer takes fancy on forward. And wait, there's a Stingray cannon in one of those. Did he sap his Stingray in order to get these hammer tanks an extra gun? Huh. It does provide some anti-infantry support as well. It becomes half a Tesla tank. Gets a good bomber in there. It's the hammer ray is still up and going. Sells off that Multi-Gunner turret there. Puts low power for a brief moment. The other one's going to be leeching down the other Multi-Gunner turret there. Do have a terror drone in this region, help him protect himself from that tree. Now here comes another bomb run. Does take out the hammer ray. And this Multi-Gunner turret will go down. He does shrink it there, and does back off in time. Got some more Molotovs being thrown right there. Gain some good damage onto these wall segments. And over here, we do have now the Akula sub harassing this naval expansion. If you can use Ultra Torpedoes, that'd be great. Oh, and I think he used Ultra Torpedoes too close. I think he splashed himself big time. Does take out the Multi-Gunner turret there. Do we see another Multi-Gunner turret on the build queue? We do. Full sub is quite damaged. And there's another Multi-Gunner turret there. He's starting to re-submerge. We're seeing a couple more missile hits. And he may need to just sort of stay back or get some fire support and then use ultra torpedoes to engage with. Let's get lined up, ready for ultra torpedoes. Now the twin blades advancing on forward as well. Taking out some of these walls like these conscripts. Finds a pretty good missile hit there onto the multi-gunner turret. Of course, there's now another multi-gunner turret to now deploy on the field. Investing a lot to deal with this harassment. He does get another missile hit there, and now he should be able to use the ultra torpedoes to finish off the refinery. It does take out the refinery before it goes down. Prospector is still alive, so can set up no command hub. There's already another command hub in that region. Molotov still raining on in. Do got a sizable assault there with a bunch of trees. Naval Yard has gone down. Does take out one of those Vindicators. And now do have Athena's raining on in. And this airfield does go down. We do have the Crush Crane now seeing some attacks. Does sell that one off as well. Drone receives a bit of damage there as well. And now it looks like we had a Desolator strike being called on in. Yep, there's Desolator strike. And the aircraft does get shot down there. Not like that matters much. Twin blades advance forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the Prospector. Does take out that one. Eyeing for another one. And that Prospector goes down. The Apollo's quickly pursuit. He does not have enough ammo to shoot all these twin blades down, but at least can get a good number of kills. Motorgunner IPs get some damage there as well. Got, I think, MiGs. No, got these Wolfrogs seeing the remaining loose twin blades. Now the Cyber Force has to fall back from these multi-gunner IVs. You've still got a sizable force here. Javelin troops advance forward. This garrison still at full health. He does make himself in home in there. You have naval expansion up here as well. He could go for another naval yard. Currently, green has 3 expansions. Yellow currently has the 1, 2, 3, 4. Though some of these are not collecting at the moment, of course. Got a pair of MiGs out in the field to support these wind blades. But we've still got a sizable army here that pose massive threat to air forces and to bears. After all, bears can't fight orbital lasers all too well. Mirage tanks, of course, will rip apart these walls in no time. War factor is starting to go on down here. And now I got these twin blades advancing forward, trying to get a good pick there onto these Mirage tanks. Does get one of the Mirage tanks there, very nice. And did use that structure there to absorb some shots there. All is advancing forward, does receive a bit of fire, but does escape on out of there. We do got a good number of Hammer tanks here. If he's able to focus on these Mirage tanks, the Hammer tanks can hit everything else. And none of these, and a couple of these Mirage tanks are quite damaged. One of those twin blades do go down. We do have the Athena cannon now infected. It does go and snare one of these multi-gunner IVs. This finally could follow there onto the refinery. The ore collector does go down, sells off the ore refinery. Does take out the Athena cannon, however, and the Terror drone does get immediately frozen and destroyed. The Mirage tanks are right there with the Javelin troops. Is there a Desolator strike right there? I thought I saw a green flare. Big kill there. Clears out the garrison as well. That is a lot of Javelin troops now down, which is a pretty sizable part of the Yellow Army there. Another power plant now being frozen down as well. We got a bear out sea. Makes you back out in time. He does have a Crusher Crane next to them as well. Now the Crusher Crane is not on land, so it won't be able to crush any sort of land unit if needed. Blades advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the multi-gunner turret. Does take it out. Got some missile hits raining on in. Prospector does go down as well. And there goes that command hub. Sells off all this remaining infrastructure. Doesn't believe it can save on to it, so it decides to sell off nice and early. Last of those wall segments have gone down. Twin Blades now advanced up north, trying to get some harassment here. This ore mine has 500 credits remaining, or 12,500. Now you got the Multi-gunner turret now destroyed. Still another one, however. There may be just only Peacekeeper inside this garrison as well. I go down on Multi-gunner IFEs advancing forward, trying to hit these Twin Blades. Let's get another good pick there. I still believe there's no Javelin troop in there. Oh, and down south we do have Cryogeddon plus Cryocopters, able to quickly freeze out entire expansion site there. And he could. Oh, he lost one of the Vindicators through that explosion. Could have just focused that one down, use it to shatter everything in the region. Soviet MCVs now being targeted and being frozen down. Got everything now being called in to respond to save it. No Vindicators in the region, however, and he will save the Soviet MCV. Warbear making his way back onto land. There's a good amount of anti-aircraft in this region, so these Twin Blades can't really engage. It looks like he will find them, however. And he does manage to back off before actually engaging. Got this bear. I think there's two bears there. And maybe just one. I don't know why I thought there was two. Bear now seeing a bit of fire there. And the bear does go down. Satellites are raining on in. I think it's level 3 satellite. Yes, it is. Gets some good damage there. Does save the Prospector. Prospector, he does have to sell off the ore refinery. Oh, Sputnik. And wait, that's a Chronosphere. Chronosphere not available. He is going to teleport in on Tanya. But he teleports Tanya's Multi-gunner turret straight into some hammer tanks. Ah, it's a shame that we see such a rare event where the Chronosphere is not being used to assassinate entire army in a single click or 2 clicks. And into something a little fun. And it failed. Oh. Time to breach the front line. We got these Twin Blades now based on forward as well. This base can be hit once again. Does already have 2 Multi-gunner turrets on the field. I wonder if he has 2 MCVs. More Multi-gunner turrets being put on the field. Another Tanya now deployed on the field. Now balls do get some damage there on these Twin Blades. You can couple them out. good damage on the refinery. Receiving some anti-aircraft fire. Paul's not phase 4. There's a good number of them here. Bullfrogs are not even in sea yet. Now they're at sea. Rolling back the Crusher Crane, got the Apollos over here. Rolling the Veteran C1.
Someone's a little cheesed off.
There's a truck and motor gunner IFE here, and I think that's loaded for Tanya. Tanya pops on out, we'll find the Twin Blades and gets gunned down with the Twin Blades. That was not a good plan. Again. Paul's pushing way forward, trying to get another engagement on something. Find some of these Twin Blades there. There's also a fully heroic MiG in the sky. He still has an airfield. I'm not sure where the rest of the MiGs may be at. Got a good number of Javelin troops here. We've got multiple Mirage tanks here, or suspicious looking trees, I should say. Motor gunner turrets and quadcopters are advancing along the right flank. Got a couple sentry guns, or at least a flak tower going on up. Does use a cash bounty on these forces. Hammer tanks are not engaging just yet. Twin Blades, however, are trying to find a potential engagement. He could destroy the bridge. I think he's trying to destroy the bridge. And he may have gotten one of them moved there at the bridge destruction. Those are definitely a good try. Does lose some more Twin Blades in return, however. Chronosphere now available. Desert Trek does connect. Takes out the aircraft. Chronosphere maybe just used this time to assassinate the enemy. Got another Tanya. I don't see a motor gunner IFV for him. Bullfrogs moving around. You still got a sizable army right here. Now these bullfrogs are heading across the bridge. Twin Blades are advancing as well. Bear has been launched to the high ground. We got Javelin troop here. He may be trying to destroy the bridges himself. These balls do get some damage onto a Twin Blade. He's on the phase 4. Gets good damage. Does take out a power plant. Bear has been dropped on in. And there's a lot of multi-gunner turrets right there. A little bit too many. Bullfrogs trying to escape out to sea. Let's get some damage on the bullfrogs. Apollo's making their way up north. He is keeping the bullfrogs very close by to these what's it called? Twin Blades. Does pick one of the bullfrogs up. Not sure what he's trying to do. Does find a power plant there. Does pick it off. And does not put in the low power. Warp shot. Now there's a proton collider there, and now he's low in power. Needs to focus on these other power plants. Does take out that power plant there. Very good. Could hit this another power plant there. That's going to be a lot of missing power for the allied player. He's going to go straight for the prospector. And decides to just maintain region until he gets out more power plants and to save his Twin Blades from going down. He's still low in power there. And I do have a vacuum plotter and iron curtain now put on the field as well. He is also low in power. Got a super reactor now going on up. sub there. Does get some good damage there. Firing ultra torpedoes there. Desert Trek does connect there, gains good damage. This ore field is depleted. This ore field is depleted. This one has 250 credits left, so that's basically depleted, and depleted. All the players are now working on depleted economy, barring the outskirts. This one has 15,000 credits left. This one does have 7,000. Surgical Strike does take out that structure there. Needs to get that ore collector back home and crush it. We got Natasha on the field as well. Good flak fire there onto these Apollos. And there goes a bunch of hammer tanks there with the Chronosphere. Does get himself a free Terror Drone. Next superpower available is the Iron Curtain. Then after that is a Proton Collider. And then, actually no, we'll see the Chronosphere before we see the Proton Collider. We have a slow game right now. Against these low eco games, both players just become very defensive. Soviet player has no credits at the moment. The Allied player actually has 8,000 credits stored up.
Aircraft carrier leaving port.
Aircraft carrier now deployed on out. You know as well, he doesn't actually have an airfield on the field as well, and he still has those Apollos in the field, right? Yep, he still has Apollos. They will not get burnt up as long as they have ammo. Down troops get some damage there. They'll expand some of the ammo now, get some good damage there. That's fun. The aircraft carrier does take out the aircraft carrier in time. The Apollo's now starting to get gunned down by these bullfrogs. At least 3, maybe 4 went down there. Self-destruct now deployed on the field. There's 17,000 credits left here. And over here, we still got 18,000 credits. So plenty of credits in the middle of the map. And now I do have a Dreadnought being put on the field that can pick off all this infrastructure, no problem. However, our crowd counts to push way over here. They may find the Dreadnought. Does fire a good volley there. Iron Curtain still not available in another 20 seconds. He may need to use Iron Curtain to save it. Nothing area to stop him from being shattered. Got a Riptide right there. He may need to get an Iron Curtain onto that before it goes down. More Bullfrogs advancing forward. Of course, the large gate is shrunk down. Multiple of these crowd cups going down since he does not have airfield. These are permanent losses. And Iron Curtain, and nope. Been an oversight there, not using Iron Curtain. Ooh, a bigger oversight there as well. He's losing so much this high tier structures. He lost at least 2 Athenas, 2 Mirage tanks, and probably a bit more than that. Both sides are losing quite a bit of powerful assets. In a low econ game, that means they're just simply not going to be alive. Proton Collider's almost up and going. With that, he can use Iron Curtain to help protect him from the barrage, wherever it may land. Prospector may go down here. Proton Colliders available. Chronosphere available. Iron Curtain available. Engineer does get bombed by the aircraft carrier. Not sure what was there. Dreadnought flying away. Gets good damage onto the ore refinery. And Natasha does pilot snipe and capture up an assault destroyer. He could use the black hole armor to keep his bullfrogs safe. There's a Proton Collider. Does get some infrastructure there. Vacuum player still is counting down. Does take out the naval yard, repairing everything else. That'd be a bit expensive there. Now, the next item that will be, if it is available, is the Iron Curtain, and then the Vacuum Imploder. Twin Blades advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the aircraft carrier. Armageddon now being put on the field. And does not freeze down the Assault Destroyer, trying to shoot everything else, needs to focus on the Crowcopters. Now Assault Destroyer, Vacuum Imploder does get frozen, but nothing to shoot. Vindicator, Iron Curtain's it. Definitely worth using Iron Curtain for that. Vacuum Imploder will be available in 1 second. It is a lot of infrastructure here. This may be a good spot for a Vacuum Imploder. Yeah, I think hitting it right here would be a good spot. We'll get the airfield, get a good number of power plants. Vacuum Imploder still available. I'm just trying to keep an eye on that, and I'm just a little bit paranoid, trying not to miss it. We have the Assault Destroyer moving around. Yep, I'm just waiting for the Vacuum Imploder at this point in time. You could combine it with a cash bounty as well. Get a good, well, cash bounty. Oh, that Javelin Troop is down. If he hits on these power plants, he can put this entire area to low power, destroy it off quickly with those Twin Blades. We do got still this Assault Destroyer over here. All gets gunned down. Still waiting for the Vacuum Imploder. Trying to freeze down the Assault Destroyer now. Oh, and there's the Vacuum Imploder, as I mentioned beforehand. Gains some great damage all across the back line. Putting on very low power there. He can pick off a lot of power plants in time. In fact, oh, we do have, I think that's Desolate Airstrike. I think it can now pull it out, emitting. Does give some good amount of infantry there. I think that was the second level Desolate Airstrike. Does go, he's going for the kill there, getting some good damage there on those Woody Gunner IFVs. There's so many Twin Blades here. Get some good kills there. Desolate Airstrike does more power going down. Kyle again now being forward field, trying to deal with those bullfrogs. I think the allied player is losing too much infrastructure. He just needs to sell everything up here. It's worth it just to sell it off, because it's a lot of credits stored up here. Over here looks like the cool stuff does clean up everything there. The allied player has definitely got a lot of power back. But for more power plants, has nothing to stop these Twin Blades at the moment. He needs Javelin Troops. He has good enough Javelin Troops everywhere, though. And there's the the Chronostasis ability. I'm not sure what level. It does combine with the Surgical Strike there. Hits the Heroic one, which does survive. Allied player still needs a bit more power. Naval expansion has been cleaned up. It is now depleted. This one over here shows 3,000 credits. Soviet player has a handful of credits to work with. The Allied player still has 7,000 credits as well. Plenty of clearance to work. Just needs a lot of power. A lot of power. Though the actual energy consumption is actually not too bad. Because he lost most of his turrets there. This is a little bit misleading. He'll probably need one more power plant after this. No, it needs a bit more than that. Satellites running on in. Sells off the multi-gun turret there. Very good. Level 3 satellite will rain on in. We'll like destroy that
at your service.
satellite there. Satellite power plant. Gala base has been gutted up quite a bit. Does get an effect on some of these units, but of course it was right next to a naval yard there. Stopping this ore refinery again quickly. That's his only source of income at the moment. And I don't know why he's trying to infect this hydrofoil. And now we've got some vulnerable paradrones here. He uses Iron Curtain on them. Of course, I think that can still be repaired up. No, it can't be repaired up with the Iron Curtain active. Will it last long enough? He's getting repairs, and there we go. Iron Curtain wore off there. That's an interaction you don't see every day. So, it can still be repaired, but cannot be destroyed under Iron Curtain Terror drones. Interesting. Not going to be that useful because the repair rate's still pretty good. And it was cut closer to the fact that he kept them moving their unit around. Gala base still does not have his super weapons being recharged. In fact, the vacuum plotter has a shorter cooldown countdown timer than the proton collider. I can't select the allied players. Even the allied player technically in the game. There it goes. I'm not sure what's going on. He has no credits remaining as well. He simply does not have enough power. He needs to... Did he cancel the multi-gunner turret there? Yes, he did. He needs to sell off one super weapons. Oh no, he does get enough power now. He does not have enough credits for another prospector. He may need to sell off one of his super weapons. Because he only has this one refinery, does not build anything. He needs to sell some of these multi-gun turrets. You only need 1,000 credits for allies. He could sell off some of these multi-gun turrets there in order to get enough credits for it. Sorry, I just saw your Rumble comment. You can hear that when I get to the main menu. Cryo again now pull out on the field, trying to freeze down the vacuum plotter once again. He's starting to force fire the ground, trying to get them both. And gets the vacuum plotter there. Very, very important. These are critical asses to take out. But we got now the twin blades smash their way through everything. Allied player low power once again. Let's take out the cryocopters. Dolphin's still alive though. Oh. Wait, you can hit the flying units? Or those missiles? He phased out his stuff. Are those missiles just frozen in air? Yeah, those missiles get frozen in air, so that affects projectiles? I never knew. Because nobody ever goes for that ability. And this is going may just do a mass sell-off now. He's low on power. Yep, there you go, back off the game now. This Adam Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Yeah, his performance on the Soviet premiere was very interesting, to say the least. Let's go and do the map again. I feel like for a 3v3. Oh, I also need to get a drink. I'm going to just pause this for a moment so I can grab a nearby drink. One moment, please. There we go. Sorry about that noise. And let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here. If I spawn on the bottom left side as the Green Soviets, we have Green alert. Proper color and all. Spawn left side as the magenta allies. We have Choco Papa. Spawn on the top left side as the red allies. We have Dutch Army. 1, 2, 3. Spawn on the right top right side as the cyan allies. We have Dark Naj the best. Spawn on the right side as the yellow Empire. We have Sweet Dream. Spawn on the bottom right side as the blue Soviets. We have the final boss. Good number of players on the game, 3v3, of course. We've got a bear and a bear. Now we've got some sea bears here. Remember what they say, best way to stop a sea bear attack is by drawing a circle. Up north we do have the doggos swimming out at sea, very nice. And now we do have, will it be a dog eat dog world? Red's dog still pursuing. Oh, got a good bark there by Magenta's dog, but Blue has enough bears to save the region. These red dogs do win out. We do have some blue or cyan peacekeepers now being put on the field. And now we do have the dogs making his way onto land. Mass roar there. Blue's losing a large number of bears. Has reinforcing bears here. Does get a free kill there. A free kill there as well. Bit of a bad roars there. Blue does get some free kills here. Not mutual trades. And do got a good number of barks here. All Blue's bears have gone down. Too many dogs and bears in this region. Over here, just more red doggos. Got a good number of peacekeepers here, but more peacekeepers over here. Now there's more peacekeepers over here. Blue, we need to stabilize this front line. There's just too many dogs in the region. Got 3 dogs moving over here, just 2 dogs over here. And now we do got the Soviet engineer capturing up some oil. Like it was Bessarabia. You now have these peacekeepers advancing over to the left. Over here, got the dog chasing the dog. And now we could get see these Imperial Warriors engage these dogs. Does gun those dogs down, making the ATF happy. Now over here, the Blue NCV is now eyeing for the naval expansion. Blue may need to eye for a bit more defense. He's getting out some bullfrogs. A couple stingrays will help out against all of these dogs. We do now have a stingray now in his front door. We'll find a good hit there onto the bullfrog, and he will pursue onto land. Over here, got the peacekeepers advance forward. We do got a multi-gun turret here, Koala Cyan. Got the fully automatic shotgun loaded on up. And these multi-gun turret IFVs receive a bit of fire there. Trying to get some good damage there. We've got a large number of stingrays now pulled up with green. If he pulls on another, yeah, we've got 2 stingrays over here, so he could potentially hold on. Up north, Cyan still has quite a bit of force. And you got a bit of a wall system here by yellow for some reason. Green's stingrays now advancing over towards expansion. Blue stingrays in intercept, but of course he needs more than just one. And now this does go in up armor there, very good. Blue stingray's trying to go for a discharge. Nice unison discharge there. And does get 2 kills there, very, very good. Got 1 more stingray left for green. He may be trying to lure them into a trap to get them both with a discharge. And does take out green stinger there, but does lose the ore collector. Up north, we got the jet tankers flying about. We do got the motor gunner IFVs heading towards the yellow's base. He does still have the oil derrick alive. Got a Soviet MCV here. He got a good number of stingrays still on the field for green. One of them, however, does get bombed out. That's green blue. Bombed by magenta. Over here, got some motor gunner IFVs getting on in. Does get killed at one of the ore collectors, and now these will be pursued by the Mechatengus. Cyan's now making his advance up in red space. This prospector is a bit wounded, harassed by the Empire player. Good amount of harassment coming onto red. Red just needs to take time to stabilize. And starting to retest some of these guys back on the line. Down south, we got a green stingray. Does go down. Jet tank is flying about, does get a good volley onto this command hub, and the Vindicators do get gunned down there. Over here we do have the motor gunner IFVs engaging the Mechatengu. Got a super reactor in the Empire base. Nothing like a small nuclear reactor inside the Empire, inside the Japanese base. And no, I'm trying to make a decent joke, but that was a horrible joke. And I was not trying to make a Fukushima joke, I was trying to make a Hiroshima joke. All of my jokes telling skill was much better. We do now have the ore refinery receiving the damage there. We got these riptides pushing way forward as well. And it does do a nice transform micro there. And now we do have the ore collector now seeing a bit of fire there. We do have this Stingray advancing north. We received some damage there, but mostly missing the missiles, but now he's on land. After all, legs are slower than water floating, bobbing on water. Large number of these jet tankers are quite damaged. I think that's Apollo going on down there. Over here we do have the Apollos now engaging the Apollos. And both the sides Apollos do go down, but does have a multi-gunner turret to support the blue Soviet base. Over here we do got some cool cells. Does off the expansion there. We do have these Mechatangus now engaging the ore refinery over here. Bit of harassment here. Kill there. Harassment cleaned up. Continue harassment over here. Sign paid some north bombs down the ore refinery. More multi-gunner turrets over here on the field. More bomb runs trying to stop the harassment here. Cryo shot the on the field, avoided. Over here, we do have now more harassment onto the economic line and some satellites raiding on in. Cells play refinery in time. Prospector does go down, so that's one prospector there. His teammate has put out a defender core here, but it's out of range. Vindicator's pushing way forward, trying to deal with these bullfrogs. Takes out those bullfrogs there. Did not lose any of the Vindicators. Oh, but does lose one to the Apollo, but he will have his airfield saved thanks to his teammates' defender core. Apollo just pushing way forward, can quick damage there onto these jet tangus. Bullfrog on the ground, multiple bullfrogs on the ground, does get transformed there. All the Apollos do go down as well. Up here we do have the Riptides now engaging these power plants. Down south, green Akulu subs hitting the naval yard. Rectangles and signs of Apollos advancing forward, trying to bomb down some of these units. Very nice. All torpedoes do connect, sells it off with 55 credits. It's good damage there. I thought I heard a gun dog getting gunned down, and it got multiple peacekeepers being gunned down as well. Over here we do have the expansion being harassed. This time it's blue on green rather than green on blue. Discharge, getting some damage there, and goes down. Trying to go for a Tesla coil. Falls face forward, finds the airfield, saves all the aircraft. There's a lot of aircraft in the field. Got a single javelin troop, multiple javelin troops now shooting at those Apollos. Red space is starting to get hit by these Mechatangus. Bit of damage there. Harassment over here. And we do got a cryo shot there. Some of these Apollos do get gunned down. There's a good number of bullfrogs and hammer tanks pushing their way forward now. Prospector could go down. He's trying to set up a command hub somewhere, probably. That's probably not a great spot for a command hub. Multi-gunner turret now engaging on in. Up north, we got more peacekeepers pushing way forward. We do have, looks like the Prospector does go down, or ore collector. Green has a sizable army in yellow space now, and of course has little nuke here. Magenta space not getting hit. Blue is unable to defend his teammate at the moment. Yellow is not falling back to defend, bringing forward a lot of tank busters. Ooh! Why were there so many cores there? That had been a massive mistake. He must have been rallied there or got caught up in terrain, because there was at least two generators and a dockyard there. We have a mainframe core now plotted on the field. He may be eyeing for tier 3 assets. Tesla coil will go down. Got a good number of tank busters push way forward. And now do have a Dreadnought firing away over here. Looks like a bit of freezing. Got some Peacekeepers and Javelin troops advancing on forward. Down south, we got a bit of damage here from the Dreadnought. Up north, we got more harassment brought up by green. Blue's Bullfrogs trying to stop these wooden blades. Green's Bullfrogs can only say hi to them. We got a nice mixed force here. A Tank Busters and Bullfrogs as Hammer Tank support. And a Terror Drone. Open in effect. Now we've got multiple Dreadnoughts now deployed on the field, as well as a Vacuum Imploder. Blue's pretty much gutted. He does have expansion in the middle of the map. And that has to be a Barracks deployed on the field, and he captured up the Engineer. We've got another Engineer deployed on the field. We got these Peacekeepers and Javelin troops falling back, shall not be crushed by the MCV. Naval Yard does go down. Riptide's getting some damage on these forces. We do have a multi-gun turret here, and that's going to be standing and fighting. Got some bears blown up by green. Versus too many shotguns to reach in for the advance forward. It does capture the airfield over here as well. Wait, was the Vacuum Imploder cancelled by the captured battle lab? I think the Vacuum Imploder was actually stopped by the Engineer cache somehow. Or somehow that had been as a coincidence. As I don't think you try to capture your opponent's battle lab to stop a Vacuum Imploder from being deployed out normally. You have a sentry gun going up. You just need the dispenser to go along with it. Bear does go down. Now C4 seeing a bit of fire there. Just only a tier 2 from this MCV. He needs to build some mag mines. Let's get some mag mines thrown. Of course, Flak Troopers in this situation does like the greatest item. Royal Derrick's on going down. And now we got the Dreadnoughts now bombarding the Super Reactor. He does use Sacrificial Launcher there. They're both fully heroic, so these can get off a lot of missiles up. A lot of overkill there as well. He does turn off Sacrificial Launchers. The health regen from heroic status will be useful. Takes out the Mecha Bay. Blue's gutted. Yellow's gutted. Blue has a Crusher Crane and a Refinery and a Oil Derrick. And he does have an MCV over here. Yellow only has a Ground Force. And Blue has a Kirov? Wait. He captured the battle lab, he captured up the airfield, and used that infrastructure he captured to build out a Kirov. Double. Res now advance or Science advance on forward, but it looks like it did not go too well. Blue's Hammer takes advance forward, trying to get some more siphons there. Satellites running on in. Does get a small kill there onto that Javelin troop. Science, Assault Destroyers advancing onto the field now. Does take out those bears. Mecha Tango's transform in the middle of it. Honorable Discharge will be very useful. He will kill there onto the Assault Destroyer there by the Honorable Discharge. It looks like a Cyan and Yellow will win out up north. Blue is expanding out to his opponent's base. Green still has these Dreadnoughts running on in. Green still has a sizable navy on the field. Green has nothing else really. This Kirov he built from his opponent's infrastructure is destroying everything in green. He's down to a naval yard and expansion over here, and that's it. He needs Bullfrogs. And that's a test coil. He needs to sell off the other infrastructure, get out as many Bullfrogs as he can. But green, he needs to back out the game sooner or later to give all his units to his teammate. If he gets eliminated, all those units just explode. Yellow is down to minimal infrastructure. He may want to do the same. At least give his opponent's teammates some income to work with. Naval Yard may go down. There we go. It's not being targeted. Naval Yard's going down. Yellow just needs to back out the game now. Science Phase 4 trying to get some good damage over here. Laser lock in the ground there. It does cancel laser rock in time. Does splash the Javelin troop right there for a moment. Firing some missiles at the Assault Destroyer. Assault Destroyer does go down there. And yellow looks like it has been fully eliminated. The Oil Derrick was fully destroyed, which means yellow did not back the game, which resulted in all of his money, all of his units and structures, and the Oil Derrick just being destroyed outright. Blue's down. Oh, blue is taking over the space here, so blue has economy going. Science being gutted as well. He does not have economy going. Got some satellites running on in. That's a terror drone there, so looks like Kirov has gone down. Green has very little left as well.
Looks a little tight.
Cryogeddon being put out there, but being stopped by the Assault Destroyer's Black Hole armor there. Cyan's NCV starting to get destroyed.
Someone's a little
Does go
cheesy.
down there. Cyan is basically Cyan goes back on the game, getting all his infrastructure to blue, as well as money. It's now a 2v1. Soviet player has 1,000 credits. The other Soviet player has 4,000 credits, and this is blue. And the Allied player is down to less than 1,000 credits. So blue has some money to work with. He's starting to infest this base as well with using a pair of crusher crane. Green can be knocked out of the game soon as well. Either green or red needs back out of the game sooner rather than later. Wait, there's blue's Kirov, the heroic Kirov. But now we're seeing quite a bit of Apollo fire. Does go down. Wait, why does green have allied structures? Oh! Oh, blue back, that last player back the game. I guess the last player on the team left side gave all this infrastructure to green. Either way, this is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's just do this 2v2 now. Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Relic 3 replay. Spawning on our right side as the red allies, we have Pika, who I think is spawning as a yellow ally, or as the Soviets. We have Demon spawning on the left side as the blue allies. We have Improg, and spawning as the orange empire, we have CW Edvin. We do now have these Doja Cores advancing on forward. We do have these bears advancing on forward. They will find a dog. Good roar there by the war bear, and now he does eat himself a dog. He's eating happy today. You have a engineer going for this Oil Derrick. One of these players need an eye for this garage. The other, same to the other team. The garage is very important in my opinion. Oil Derrick here is being claimed. Orange is deploying out a lot of Doja Cores inside the map. We do got the refineries now being deployed on out. Now we've got the bears pushing way forward. Good roar there by the bear. Does pick off the dog. And we got this Peacekeeper Molotov ready to hit this shielded Peacekeeper. Though he's having trouble aiming since he's just maintaining max range. And does get gunned down right there. The bear did not roar there to stun these forces. And over here, we do got the Doja Cores advance forward for orange. This spot this Doja Core has not been claimed just yet. Got some kills there on those Imperial Warriors. Dog is still alive as well. And the yellow player does claim out the barrage. Red is not claimed, or well, red's camping it. Orange is not claimed that garage just yet. First drone does go down. Team right side now has infinite field repairs or ground vehicles. The bear does get gunned down there. And now we do have the pair of fully automatic shotgun, 3 of them deployed on the field. Oil derrick up here. We do have these Mecha Tengus in this region. Gets good damage there. Of course, the field repairs. Looks like Orange to clean the garage as well. Does go and use the shields up there to hold the line so his multi-gunner IFVs does fall back. Let's get some good damage there. Good damage there onto the Vindicator. And the air drone does escape out there thanks to the Bullfrog. Team right side's now backing off. Looks like the drone maybe trying to get inside. Nope, he's just trying to stutter step away. Both sides have a lot of good repair, so it's going to be a long, drawn-out fight. We have a Garrison there getting some very splash damage. Of course, the garage will keep him nice and repaired up. Hopefully, he does have tier 2 there. Hopefully, it's a Guardian tank. Yeah, Guardian tank now on the field. A very powerful unit in this moment of time. Does take out one of those Mecha Tengus. And does manage to get a snare there thanks to his teammate. Guardian tank and multi-gunner IFVs now advancing forward. 2 Guardian tanks. Bullfrogs could assist them. And Blue does get a 3rd expansion going. A 3rd base. We got a line of walls here. Now they're going to try to break on through. Does see a bit of bomb run there. Get some missiles hit those Vindicators. Vindicator does stay alive there. Does get a nice transform there. Of course, with the garage repairs, it will take minimal damage on some of them if he doesn't properly focus them down. It does get a snare there, taking that one out. Got a line of walls going up. Got a tsunami tank here as well. And it's getting some good damage there onto the Guardian tank. Guardian tank's trying to nano deflect away. And does that poorly, but stays alive. He's off that Mecha Tengu. Another Mecha Tengu does go down. Guardian tank's charging forward. Nano deflector has worn off. The other one needs nano deflector away. Down south, we do have these Bullfrogs advancing forward, as was a Hammer tank going down to something. Got a bit of harassment right here, taking out that wall segment. Now trying to laser lock the rest of this down. He is actually flashing down some of these wall segments here, but will sell off that refinery. They need to hit this garage. If they hit the garage, that denies a lot of field repairs, which is very, very important. Guardian tank will be saved. Now Hammer tank's trying to leech down this garrison. Over here, bombing run onto that garrison. You have now the Prospector receiving quite a bit of damage. It does go down. These Javelin troops could try to be crushed there, but the Bear's going on in. Does get a bit of overkill roar there, but does manage to kill off all of these Javelin troops, and the last Riptide will be siphoned down, giving out a dual-wielding Hammer tank. Tsunami tanks just destroyed out a barracks there. Guardian tanks here to respawn. Over here, do got a multi-gun turret there, taking out those conscripts. Great bomb runs there, taking out 2 of those Guardian tanks. Now the multi-gun turret is being leached down. Will be destroyed. Cryo shot will miss. Multi-gun turret will go down as well. It takes up a Prospector as well, so it looks like Blue's front line starting to disintegrate. Guardian tanks here, but not enough to deal with the tsunami tanks. There are some... Okay, those are just spares. Has a multi-gun turrets in the back line. One of the Guardian tanks do go down. Tsunami tanks acting nano-deflector there, but does still go down as well. More Guardian tanks there, very nice, but he's still getting overran by these Guardian tanks. Does advance forward, does get a good kill there on the Peacekeeper. And his forces being cleaned on up. We got these Tsunami tanks backing on off. Down south, we do have good damage there coming out by the Twin Blades, and I was seeing a bit of fire from the multi-gunner turret. Takes out that twin blade there. Motogun turret does go down. Hammer tanks and bullfrogs advance forward in a very good composition. Up north, red has a lot of guarding tanks here. Orange has a good number of tsunami tanks. Orange not taking expansion. Oh no, orange has taken expansion. You have the orange MCV down here. Blue has just blown up this refinery. Yellow has the expansion over here and here. Red is eyeing for the northern expansion. Does have the central one. Oh, looks like these guys may be burning up. He may not have an airfield for them. Hammer takes fancy on 4, can't split damage with the twin blades. Got a number of javelin troops here for anti-aircraft purpose and anti-vehicle purpose. It does get the MCV killed off there. Up north, wait, okay, that's what Blue deploys on the airfield up here to keep his airfield safe away from this force. Twin blades still getting some good bombing runs in. He may want to go for some bombing runs with these hammer tanks that are a little bit exposed. Cool sub cleaning up the naval expansion. Still got a naval yard over here. No levels of efficiency or any clearance, so can't deploy out any sub-destroyers that go onto land. Looks like blue base will be gutted. Orange start to overrun red's forces. Good job of focusing on these tsunami tanks. And decides to mass down and reflect their way. More guarding tanks advancing forward. Got a bomb run, taking out some of these guarding tanks. North, we got a bit of harassment going on. Protection there on one orange's ore collectors. Parker being expansive forward. No there's some anti-aircraft in the region. He's focused on the guarding the Motogun IFV, but there's a second one here, and he will lose all these Striker VXs. He will likely lose the... Oh, he does pull back the Motogun IFV away, and this garage is still up. Orange's garage is down. Yellow's now advancing up north. There's a sizable composition here. I don't think Orange can hold them back. Yeah, there's no way you can hold back all these hammer tanks. Good, none of them are heroic. Only one has the second gun, which is a machine gun. Yeah, the Striker VXs won't last all too long against those twin blades as well. Chopper VXs can't even dare to come close to those bullfrogs. And Snowflake's trying to push way forward. Some being siphoned down. Does give him some dual-wielding gun hammer tanks here. Takes them all off. Power shopping on a few. And it's Blue's last remaining structure, which two of them immediately gets gunned down, and they both back the game now. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's do Fire Island. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Magenta Allies. We have H2O Apollo, or H20 Apollo. Spawn bottom left side as the Red Empire. We have Misha 234. Got a triple Dojo Core opener over here. Does have a boot camp on view. He has an engineer. He has some tools, schematics. He got a pet doggo with him. We do now have these Dojo cores advancing on forward, and his refiner cores as well. He is pushing forward immediately with the Empire MCV. Will the Dojo core eat the attack dog? The attack dog will have trouble eating a Dojo core. Engineer will have a bit of trouble there. Does have a javelin troop here. Gets some good damage there. And looks like the Dojo core will get gunned down by the javelin troops. Down south, we've got a good number of Bureau warriors here, and he will get the engineer out to capture this refinery. The refinery has been captured by the allied engineer, and this dog's a little bit too close to that potentially exploding Dojo core. Or crushed, at least. Imperial warriors advancing forward, trying to engage these javelin troops. Dojo Corps does go up. Imperial warriors and peacekeepers now engaging, getting some good splash damage there on the Imperial warriors. Dog does go down. Bark does not come off. And he does have all 3 Imperial warriors still alive. One of them's also wounded, does get gunned down there. Good job gunning down this Imperial warriors. He's not doing a good job focusing fire on the wounded ones. Is that an engineer? A little bit too late for an engineer, but he may get it. The peacekeepers are not pushing away forward. Here comes the Mecha Tengus. And he does get a gun down there. Now with the Mecha Tengus in the region, he could have paused it or not gone in until the Mecha Tengus arrived. He didn't really have to rush that. Mecha Tengus pushing way forward, gets good damage here. We've got now another engineer being pulled on the field. Got a single Imperial word to stop any sort of engineer cap. And let's get some good damage there. And takes out that Peacekeeper. Oil Derrick has been claimed by Red. The MCV has been redeployed here. We do have a Mecha Bay now. Gets some good damage there. Takes out some of these javelin troops and decides to back them off. Backing off nice and early is always a good idea so we can get repairs. Because none of them are quite damaged. That's on the Vindicator there. Probably not a good idea to send a Vindicator all by himself when there is Mecha Tengu or Jet Tengus potentially. And now he may want to transform once he sees the Apollo. He does go ahead and transform away. Overall, great field control by Red. He still needs to take time for repairs. Instant Dojo is still here, with quite damage. Which is eyeing for, I don't think it's in Pure War, I think that's a Burst Drone. Oh, Tank Buster. That is not what he wanted to pull out against Peacekeepers. And does get multiple Tank Busters now deployed on the field. It got the Mecha Tankers push away forward, ready for a transform on top of these forces. This guy still has his shield up. The Apollos did not properly engage. Those all go down there. He still has now a couple Tank Busters out on the field. He comes a Vindicator. Does see the bomb run. We do have a boot camp here. Peacekeeper upon field. He may want to go for a bonsai charge if he's paying attention. Let's get a shotgun blast there. And the Imperial Warrior does go down. Tank Busters push way forward. They're getting picked apart by the multi-gunner turrets. Got 2-3 Mecha Tengus right there remaining. Does get one there. Needs to transform him. Does not transform in time. And you got a multi-gunner turret deployed over here. Low in power, however. He looks like he's designed for engineer to capture up this Oil Derrick, which he is. On the charge, trying to reposition quickly. And the Oil Derrick has been captured on up. Down south, we've got these Peacekeepers and a Javelin troop. Over here, we do have now the Oil Derrick receiving a bit of fire. And now we do have the Imperial Warrior charging forward. Does get a good shotgun blast there, preventing him from getting slices up. Archivix is now receiving a bit of fire there, and does go ahead and take out this Oil Derrick there, even killing off one of the Peacekeepers from the explosion. These Archivix need to run away. They can't crush. They're receiving unnecessary damage, and their damage output's incredibly horrible versus Peacekeepers. Right now, he needs some Mecha Tengus or Tsunami Tank for crushes. Now it does have these. That was bad control there. Does get one of those Apollos down. Power shot not on field. Does get shielded by on the Tsunami Tank, will slowly make its way forward. Get some great, a lot of good crushes there. Still chilled. Do not have this motor gun turret now pull out of the field. You have now these allied MCV now seeing a bit of damage. War Collector does go down. Does get transform time. Here comes the Vindicators. They do get one of the Tsunami Tanks there. They don't handle reflect in time. Some of these Apollos are going down to the Striker VX. Does lose that one entirely. MCV now reversing into the Tsunami Tanks. Does go into low damage state. Tsunami Tanks now advancing forward. Striker VX transforms as well. Try and get as much damage onto that MCV as soon as he can. Does get a Nano Deflector up and going. This wounded one may want to get Nano Deflector up. It does destroy the MCV there, getting a fully heroic Striker VX, which does get shot down. And now the allied infantry will get mostly crushed by this Nano Deflected Tsunami Tank. And all for the charge to take out the heroic Javelin troop there. Yeah, this tank buster here has seen a bit of fire. Not going to retaliate. I got these Tsunami Tanks advance forward. He's trying to go for the Ore Collector. Does receive a bit of bombs there. Good crushes there, just leaving one remaining. He will gun down that Tsunami Tank. Airfield will go down. Does not get the Vindicator on the field. The rest of these Tsunami Tanks will be slowly moved down thanks to this Javelin troop. Soviet Tank Buster trying to push his way forward. More bomber runs there. He may have, yeah, he does have an airfield now. Does break through the wall segment, but he will get gunned down by these Javelin troops. Tsunami Tanks charging forward, trying to get some good damage there onto these, or good crushes. Does get 1, 2, 3 crushes out of 5. Does get that one bombed as well. More bomb runs there. More tank busters now being pulled out in the field. Good transforms, gives great damage on the Javelin troops. Bombing runs coming on in, get some great damage there. Taking out all those tank busters there. Good amount of efficiency coming out of those Vindicators. Got these Jet Tengus push way forward. He needs more Jet Mega Tengus. Does a help him out with the Apollos and the Vindicators. And he does have a naval expansion at the moment. We got now the Javelin troops now raining on in, trying to get some good damage there onto the Jet Tengus who have crashed and burned and exploded. I sort of like the model though. So I just saw your YouTube comment. Do now have the oil derrick going down, got extra explosions there onto that Ink Buster. Jet Tengu flying about. And does go and get some great damage there onto the Jet Tengu. Sort of throwing them away a little bit. That's a sudden transport. It's like, wait a second, how did that get there? Why is it moving so quickly? And why is it filled with a bunch of tank busters? Can't get crushed with a sudden transport. I wonder if he sees us at the moment. Here comes the Vindicators. Oh no, he's landed. He's going to suicide that one. Doesn't get any damage there. He's trying to keep these guys off the deck. Just don't use their bombs. Does get them all killed off thanks to the heroic veteran seed. We do not have these two Striker VXs advancing on forward, Chopper VXs. Too many Javelin troops. I'm not sure why he's going for these. Those need to fall back. It's probably not a good time to transform, though he's bombing that ore refinery. Does not get a single Vindicator. Need some much needed repairs onto the Striker VXs now. The Ore Collector does, of course, have a gun it can utilize, but now it's severely damaged. You may want to fall back, get some repairs, then it can be used against the infantry. Striker VX evades on forward, but there's a really good number of Peacekeepers now in the field. What happened to all the Javelin troops? There's Javelin troops. At this point in time, I think... would Shinobi be a good idea against this composition? Is that a really stupid idea? Probably, because they have like 1,000 credits and they won't probably do 1,000 credits each worth of damage. Takes out the airfield there, very nice. He has got no Apollos in the field and didn't get proper anti-aircraft in that region. Doing some great job focusing down these units. Does not hit the prospector there. Does save all of his guys. Of course, 3 of them are severely wounded. Got Cryocopters advancing forward. He has Tsunami tanks, which are not anti-aircraft. A single Jet Tengu could be very useful here. No, he is unable to get that deployed out, whatever it is. Striker VX coming on back, or Chopper VXs. Finds good volley there on the veteran one, and on the heroic one. It does take on the heroic one there. He has heroic efficiency on one that's not very wounded. He needs to get another Mecha Bay as soon as he can. Gets out Defender Corps. He needs Mecha Bay for repairs. You could try a Naval Yard instead. Let's see what protocols he's gone for. Got Cryogeddon available.
I serve the Emperor.
Or, wait, it wasn't available. Does he not have an MCV?
I serve the Emperor.
He has point defense drones. Oh, he has no MCV. He has no production. Barring a boot camp? No, they lost that as well. He literally has no production at the moment. I did not realize that. So Autoplay needs his advancing forward. He does have the engineer here. He needs to try to claim this Vincent Dojo for production. Bomb runs raining on in. Does get some honorable discharge damage. More Imperial Warriors there. Does immediately get frozen. He needs to get this engineer inside Instant Dojo so he gets forward production going. Don't go greedy. Go for something reliable. He's going to try to go for the Mecha Bay. Does get the power plant frozen. He's going for the Mecha Bay. If he gets that, would be great. And he gets the Mecha Bay. He's also going to immediately pull out some Mecha Tengus. Striker VX is advancing forward. There's not enough infrastructure. I suppose he could potentially try base race. He still has a naval expansion. He needs to go for mass ore collector. I'd say around that one. The Cryocopter still pose a pretty sizable threat. He does have now a Jet Tengu trying to gauge these Striker VXs. Does take out a Jet Tengu. Shame he doesn't have honorable discharge. I wonder if can he not have honorable discharge without Jet Tengus. Was unable to get any kills over here. These aircraft are starting to burn up. He's used all his bombs there. Honorable discharge now flying out. He still has the MCV here. MCV needs to back out to sea. Okay. And that is the end of the replay. A little bit strange replay. This is great saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. And let's do corporate warfare. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Relic 3 replay. So on the north side as Red Allies, we have Dutch Armies. So on the right side as the Orange Allies, we have Everos 331. So on the bottom right side as the Green Soviet, we have Green Alert in the proper color. And we do have as the Blue Empire, we have Tony Cruz. So it's Empire and Soviet versus double allies. Some tell me it's going to be an uphill battle for the Empire and the Soviet player. Bear advancing up north. We do have this dog advancing on south. We do have a dog here. Who will win the fight, bear or dog? Over here, we do got the dog advancing out to sea. We'll go underneath the bridge. And the bear does get a great roar there. Doggy does not save his buddy. Does get a bark there, and now he will be eaten. We do have some conscripts on the field. Does get over on one of the conscripts, does gun down one of the dogs there, making the ATF proud, but does get revenge, and does get inside the garrison there, and the dogs will maintain this area. Oh, that doggy just barely makes it. And Peppers, well, I'm pretty sure that if you're on this part of it, if the bridge goes down, you're still dead. You got a Javelin troop here being picked off by a bear. Nobody expects the Caribbean bears. I think that bear got stunned. You got a good number of conscripts pulled out of the Soviet player. You got these garrisons now being garrisoned. Of course, a lot of Molotovs can clear them out. We got a Vindicator now flying about. We'll get some good bombing runs onto these conscripts. And now here comes the Molotovs. He does go ahead and the garrison there. We're seeing a bit of fire from this garrison. And now here comes the bears to overrun those peacekeepers. Great bombing runs there, taking all those conscripts. Let's get a good roars there, but they do get torched down. We do now have these bears camping on that expansion point there. We'll see some bombs. The bear's natural born enemy, the bomb falling from the sky. We do now have these dogs push way forward. There's 4 dogs versus 3 bears. It does get proper barks off. Does lose 1 dog, however. We do now have the Prospector receiving a bit of fire there from the Mecha Tengus. I got a bit of Javelin fire coming up north. We do have these Bullfrogs seeing a bit of fire. Does get a good bit of damage there onto those Vindicators. These Bullfrogs pushing way down south. We've got a bomb run over here. Mecha Tengu is starting to engage this Prospector. And it does solve those wall summons prematurely in order to save his Prospector. Well, that's with Bullfrogs. They don't pose a threat to a Prospector. Jet Tengus are flying over this little island there. We do have this Mecha Tengu engaged in the command hub. Yeah, this airfield now receiving a bit of fire there. Multi-gun turret now firing away against these Bullfrogs. Good position there by the multi-gun turrets here, but got some tank buses pushing way forward. Mecha Tangos are starting to get bombed down. There's some Bullfrogs here to provide some cover for the Jet Tengus. It looks like these tank clusters do go down. We've got these multi-gunner turrets now trying to deal with these forces. Jet Tengu does finish off one of the Vindicators. Let's see a bit of Apollo fire there. Takes out some of these Apollos as well. Or Jet Tengus. Apollos receive a bit of flak fire. And Red does have both his prospectors dead. He still has the oil derrick and this frontal expansion there. It has some income to come on in. Does get a fresh prospector plot of field. 2 fresh prospectors. Paul's pushing way down south over here. Naval Yard above for the Empire player. Does have an expansion here going for both the expansion points. He needs to get some anti-aircraft forces here. His teammates trying to pull a flak tower. The Ore Collector does get frozen there. Does get bombs there. Does get some good bomb runs and takes out the Warfighter before he even got built. A lot of bombers on the field. They need to get a lot of Jet Tengus and maybe some MiGs to help support out his teammate with that. Jet Tengu does go down there. Good number of Bullfrogs upon the field. Got another flak tower being pulled out on the field, trying to get some more protection. All is still flying about. And the ore refinery does go down. It does take 5 Apollos to destroy an ore refinery, and he did it. The Empire player just getting bombed to oblivion. So much so, it's maybe get bombed to Skyrim. There's some Jet Tengus right there, just simply not enough to intercept these forces. There's just far too many aircraft. Got some hammer tanks here. Jet Tengus having a bit of trouble there. I do believe the Soviet player may want to go for double airfield, go for double mix currently. There's so many aircraft on the field. Does get an effect there on this Prospector, trying to back it off this airfield now. Oh, it needs a shrink, not freeze. And let's it go down like that by getting shattered. If he would have shrunk it, he could have got to the airfield in time. That may have been a mistake. Red now has a naval expansion. Green does have a naval expansion over here, and as in the battle lab, there is a cooler sub, which is not a dreadnought. Over here, we've got the Striker VX trying to engage this assault destroyer. Does say the Prospectors, has a spare Prospector on the field. If his teammate has a Crusher Crane, he could potentially crush it. Paul's coming forward, or Vindicators does bomb down a ore refinery there. Something went down up there. More Yari mini subs from the field. And there's nothing threatening this one here, so it doesn't have to use Final Voyage. Maybe now is a good time to do Final Voyage. And does not get the kill down the Prospector. Cool subs plotted field. Got Dreadnought getting a full hit there onto the Assault Destroyer. It's a cool sub see quite a bit of use. It does use the Black Hole armor to absorb those hits. Cryo shot plotted field. Vindicator does get a hit on something over here. Another fire shot upon field, trying to take the Soviet Navy, and there goes those assault destroyers. We've got multiple dreadnoughts now, well, it's just the one dreadnought still on the field. Gains some bomb runs hits there. Dreadnoughts receive really damage, trying to go for a Crusher Crane for repairs. And does get a missile hit there on the assault destroyer, shrinks down the dreadnought. Now it's Green's turn to receive a lot of bomber runs. He does have Bullfrogs here. We got the his teammates Jet Tengus in the region. We've got double Navy Yard here. I produced Mass Assault Destroyer. And here comes another Dreadnought Barrage. The Crusher Crane here is getting some repairs. Does save this Dreadnought. Now I got Bombardment coming out. And looks now he has, yeah, just the 2 Dreadnoughts at the moment. It's good damage there, switching between 2. With a nearby Crusher Crane, he could use sacrificial launchers to increase the rate of fire with the Crusher Crane for repairs. Dual subs trying to get some damage there on these Hydrofoils. Good weapon jams come on in. Does use a bad discharge right there. This one's trying to go forward for discharge, but does get his weapon jam. Hydrofoil does get splashed hit by the Dreadnought. Another Dreadnought does go down. Satellites running on in as well. Does get a good hit there. One of the Dreadnoughts have been shrunken, gets bombed by a bunch of those Vindicators. Dual subs get jammed as well. Multiple Dreadnoughts are here still. Dual subs gain some damage as they can. Large enough. Oh, they have a dry dock. This is why this is going so well. With that dry dock, they do get some great repairs there. So players just having trouble with the Hydrofoils with jamming. Another crowd shot on field. His teammates' crowd shots should be available relatively soon. And I think the fact that the Soviet players not been pulling off sacrificial launch has been a bit of a problem. Does find a good volley there. And oh, looks like they both back out of the game now. This Anagrid scene. Thank you for watching. On to the next replay. So right now I'm getting a little bit tired. I have not been sleeping well lately. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening and get some good rest.